So here we have a meme coin. So this one is called Uranus. Don't know a huge amount on this, but it's a fairly recent launch. It launched at the start of July, so it's about a month old. Interesting chart. We see sort of this spike here, a really long period of accumulation, then a breakout here. So how would you go about charting this? Now, there's not a huge amount of historical data to go on, but what I would start doing is that I would identify the all-time high, which is up here. And I will make that green and put all-time high, and down here where we launched we have an all-time low, so that is quite positive that it's launched and it's not gone below its all-time low. So we put that on. Right, so what levels do we have here? We've got a level there, so if I go like that and I will write daily. What else do we have? We've got a level there. We've got one here. Move that down slightly. There's one there, but that's quite close. I think ultimately this level here is quite important because this is where we had the breakout and this is where we had the first impulse. So coming along, what do we have? We have a level here. That is the pivot point. So we go daily, daily. There is a level here. So we've got that there. Pushing up here, we've got this. Remember to click. There we are. And another daily. So zooming out, so we can see we've got some price action down here. We've got a breakout. We've got the run up. So if we move down the time frame, so we'll have a look at the 4 hour. So if we come out of this, we see these lines. Pretty much this period here was the accumulation, and then we've had this upward expansion. We can see pushing on here. If we have a look, so where do we have 4 hour levels? We have a 4 hour level here. We've got a 4 hour level here. We've got 4 hour level down here. You can see that rests on there, and then if we go up, we can see a 4 hour level here up towards the highs. So looking at the chart, where are we? So we have just bounced off of this 4 hour. You can see there's a lot of space here to run up into. So next, to do this, I would use an FRVP to see where we have the volume in terms of the chart, so this can help you find an entry point. So if I go like this, what can we see? So we can see that this here is quite an interesting zone, so I will get a box and I would go there. I would get another box and I would look there. I would do this across, and I think it's quite interesting, we see that there. So this is a bit of volume here, so that we may get a reaction there, and then further up you can see volume sort of fades away. So you can see that you have on this you have this range here where there's a lot of volume, so you're likely to see a reaction here. So if I was looking at this, I would expect this to retrace into this area, potentially find support around either the 4 hour or the daily, and then push up. You'd be looking for a gain of this 4 hour level, a push through here, and then potentially a retest of this 4 hour. If it breaks it and holds, you can then potentially look at a quick surge to all-time highs. And I think if we go down onto the smaller time frames on the 1 hour, you can see you've had this period of expansion, distribution, expansion, and then this area of distribution as people take profits, an area of consolidation here before a move up. And I think if you're looking at this on a longer frame, you can see that this area here, if I make this green, is an interesting area to keep an eye on. This is potentially quite a good buy zone, so if it came back here, you could expect a reaction, some consolidation, and a push back up. But ultimately, I think looking at this, I can see this pulling some downside to collect liquidity here, maybe a wick down to take out this liquidity here before then pushing up, gaining this, pushing through this resistance, and then testing and flipping this 4 hour level, holds that, and then we potentially saw above all-time highs and take out these two wicks.